I just look at you.
Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm your host, Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq. Joining me from the market site in Times Square, New York City, we have Ritch Erani. He's with CHUCKiES, New York, and we're going to take a look at luxury footwear, any impact from the trade deal, and Rich's insight on the luxury consumer. It's great to have you with us at Market Site. And holiday 2019 spend expectations for consumers overall is quite incredible. They're expecting over $1 trillion for the season. The luxury consumer, are they spending also?
Yes, they are spending. And the reason why they're spending now is because of the trends that stores are doing. Everybody wants a bigger piece of that $730 billion pie that they're estimating to be spent between Black Friday and Christmas. So you have independent stores like me and small business owners that have luxury goods that are now starting sales a little bit earlier.
All right, well, Small Business Saturday is coming up the day after tomorrow, so that's exciting for you. The trade deal, we talk about U.S.-China trade deal. Will it get done? Won't it get done? Moves markets, moves stocks. Does that impact the luxury consumer and the brands?
Not so much. For the luxury consumer, not as much, because the brands are absorbing the costs. You know, in the meantime, they're still looking for other sources to make the goods, but they're able to at least absorb the cost in the higher-end goods.
Right, and for luxury brands, they're not necessarily only made in China. They're made in different parts around the world.
Correct. Correct, which is why they're able to absorb it. So, you know, they have some shoes made in Italy, some shoes made in China. So at the end of the day, they might be losing a little bit of money right now, but making it up on other areas of, you know, whether it's the accessories or the shoes made in Italy. And we're paying for it one way or another, but at least, you know, they're going to be absorbing the cost till at least they find another way to make them.
All right, let's get to the fun part. Trends. What are you looking at for holiday 2019?
A lot of glitter. We're looking at a lot of glitter, a lot of high heels. Yep, always glitter. It's a lot of gold, a lot of metallics are great. They're showing also, you know, a sharp contrast to that is a lot of heavier shoes, a lot of, you know, bulkier, you know, combat boots to wear also.
It's like the late 90s all over again.
It really is, and it's scary. And you know, you can't. Nothing is wrong these days. I find that women are wearing fur boots now with dresses and skirts and tights, and you know, it kind of looks modern. There's nothing that really you can do wrong these days. It's almost like everything goes.
All right, let's talk about CHUCKiES New York in particular. How is your store different than walking into your average shoe store?
Well, first of all, it's not nearly as overwhelming as walking into a department store. When you come to CHUCKiES, at least you get a really edited version of what we think is fashion right now. You know, we tend to try to buy things that don't look like you pulled out of your closet a year ago. So for instance, if you're just looking for a black basic pump, you know, you might not find that at CHUCKiES because that's something that you might have from somewhere else. But we kind of try to stick to more trendier things, more runway stuff. You know, if people want to spend money, they want to kind of spend it on something that does look new. Because unfortunately, the prices of everything have gone up. Even that plain, simple pump that you want to buy has gone up in the luxury market.
That's really exciting. So it sounds like your store is almost an experience.
Yes, it is an experience. You know, you have the music, you have the professional salespeople that know what's on the runway. You know, people come into the store and they're too busy. The people don't look at fashion magazines the way they used to. It's not a sport anymore, unless you're actually in the fashion business. Yeah. So they come to us for that kind of knowledge, like, what could I do a little bit different for this party that I'm going to? You know, I already have those basic pumps. What can I do that's a little bit different? And that's where the boots come in. Sometimes that's where those heavy boots come in, and that's, you know, it kind of gives them edge.
Yeah, well, so are you looking at spring 2020 yet? Is it still too early?
Yes, no, we're
what might be
starting
the
to look.
trends? What might be the trends?
A lot of colors. Doing a lot of colors, and we're taking chances on color.
Yeah, it seems like that's really come back in because the past couple of years it seemed to be like the beige, the blacks, the monster.
It was the beige,
maybe
the
a little bit of rose gold thrown in, but it's exciting, like this 90s push again to bring color back.
It is.
It's exciting.
Yeah, in my own collection, the Ritch Erani collection, I was doing all PVC shoes, which was no color at all. It was plastic shoes with a PVC and acrylic heel, and it was no color. So we're going to do it the exact opposite now. So we're going to try to go with a lot of color, and I think it's exciting because you wear basic clothing, and now you get to have a little bit of color on your feet.
Like having a hot pink pump,
exactly.
black pants.
Exactly.
Amazing.
And the great part with summer is you can do it with sandals, so it's a lot less color. It's not as impactful. You get the color in smaller pieces.
Can't go wrong with strappy sandals.
No.
All right, Rich, thanks so much for joining us at Market Site.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining me on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq.